Hi, my name is Shelley Tribbitt, and this is a testimony of what God has done in my life. So, one thing led to another, so I'm just fast forwarding. It's starting off, it went from the snorting cocaine to the smoking cocaine. I was introduced to that by a male, and not putting any males down. Love you guys. God loves you also. And I took it as being fun, pleasure, fun, just having fun. You know, that's all I was used to doing, was just having fun, you know, pleasure, my own desires, you know, being selfish, just thinking about myself and just having fun. And I got introduced to that. And then I said, oh, when I did it the first time, I said, oh, this ain't nothing. Oh, I feel good. This ain't nothing. But when I went back to do it the second time, that's when it kind of hit me, and I kind of liked it. I liked it. I liked the feeling and everything of smoking cocaine. So in the meantime, I'm leaving my children for like 3 days in a row. Not coming home, not calling, afraid to come home. I was really afraid to go home. And I'm drinking. I'm even having sex for drugs. And this the whole 9 yards. So right after that, I learned how to cook the cocaine up myself, because I watched so many times. And when I learned that, I started doing it at my house where I lived, in my own place. And I wouldn't hardly invite anybody to do it with me, because I learned how to do it on my own. And that's how I knew that I was addicted. It had me. I didn't know how to get out away from it. It was like I was caught in a spider's web. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I tried to do it on my own. One day I said, I'm not going to mess with it. Turn around the same day, maybe the next day, go right back to it. The next week, I'm not going to mess with it. I can stop. I needed somebody to help me get out of this web that I was caught in. So by then, when I would get high, sometime I would call, after being tired of being in the house by myself, and I had so much of it, I would call a friend and they would come, and then we would go over their house, or either we'd stay at mine. And I remember one time getting high for so long and so much that I literally vomited. And knowing how it feels to vomit, I still wanted to get high. Unbelievable. But it was happening. So I realized that I couldn't get out of that spider's web. And what I did was, every time I would get high, I would go home, and I would get on my knees, and I would pray, and I would cry out to the Lord, Lord, why do I keep doing this? Why? That's all I kept asking. Why? And I used to pray, Lord, please don't let anything drastic happen to me or my children or to anybody in my family for me to stop getting high. So after crying out to the Lord over and over, after I got high over and over, he finally heard my cry. Not saying he didn't before, but an answer came. And I just remember my oldest daughter calling me. And she said to me, Mom, you don't think I know what you're doing, but you need help. And when she said that to me, I said, wow. It didn't even sound like it came from her. It sounded like it came from somewhere else. And I believe that somewhere else was God. That was Jesus. I cannot explain it, but that's what it sounded like. It sounded like it was like, that's it. It's enough. I've heard you cry. I've heard you cry. That's enough. Enough is enough. So I trusted that. I trusted that. In that voice, in that person, which was, it didn't sound like my daughter. But I trusted that voice, and I believed in that voice, and I said, that's my way of escape. So, to bring it all together, I just believe that God was with me every step of the way. Every step of the way. Even though I went through what I went through, being abused, having a plate in my face, having sex for drugs, stealing money, borrowing money, walking the streets wee hours in the morning, leaving my children for 3 days, they not knowing where I was. God was with me every step of the way. I couldn't have made it without him. I couldn't have made it without him. And I thank God that he said that there's no temptation such as common to man. God is faithful, who will not allow you to be tempted beyond what you are able. But he will give you a way of escape, that you will be able to bear it. And that was my way out of the spider's web. That was my way out of living a life of sexual immorality, drugs, drinking, and what have you. And I am so grateful to God for those that played a part in my deliverance. Dr. Linton Williams, Bishop Al Motley, Sister Maxine Motley, my son-in-law Daquan Gibson, Pastor Daquan Gibson, my daughter, his wife, Baina Gibson, my children, whom I had to all ask for forgiveness individually and ask for them to forgive me for not being the mother that I should have been and could have been to them, and they have forgiven me. I'm so grateful. I have 3 beautiful children They're grown. They're a gift from God. And I have 10 beautiful grandchildren and 1 beautiful great grandson. And I thank God for them. They're a gift from God. All that to say, to God be the glory. He alone deserves the praise, the honor, and the glory. God is real. I know that 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 Jesus delivered me. He delivered me. And everything I went through, He has won the victory in my life. And will continue to win the victory in my life. Hi, my name is Shelley Tribbitt. And this is a testimony of what God has done in my life.